We're joined today by Lorenzo Gray, a Compton native and Linwood High School standout who went on to play Major League Baseball with the Chicago White Sox and spent 6 years grinding through the minor leagues before reaching the highest level of the game. Now pouring back into the next generation here at the MLB Youth Academy, Coach Gray brings not just experience, but its perspective, understanding what it truly takes to stay consistent, overcome adversity, and pursue the game with purpose. Now, Coach, I want to start here. Is there a value that creates a sense of awe in your heart when you see someone living by it?
Yeah, I think the value that creates a sense of awe is when I see young people working hard and going out and giving it their all every day. That was my value to play the game just like it was my last every day and trying to play the game the right way, as they say. So when I see some kids that may try to do that old school style of baseball play, I really enjoy that.
Okay. And having played at the highest level with the White Sox and spending 6 years in the minor leagues, what qualities separated the players who made it from those who didn't?
Well, I think the quality that separated the players that made it was their dedication to the game. Uh, it's tough out there, and it's hard every day, but you have to make that transition from playing a few days a week to almost every day of the week, and dealing with adversity and different things off the field also. So that was a tough quality, but I think that helped me go along with everything.
And what does dedication look like to you?
Dedication is being true to the game, starting something and finishing it. If you have a mindset and I'm dedicated uh, to the game, and I go all out in it, that's what dedication means to me.
Awesome. Looking back on your own journey, who had the biggest impact on you, and what did they pour into you that you now pass on to the players here at the academy?
Well, I think the person that had the biggest impact on me is my mother. People say that who is your hero? I think my mom was actually my hero. Who she didn't push me, but she encouraged me to give it my all and not complain. And whatever the coaches asked, to do that and a little more. So it was always encouragement and never putting me down. If we came home and we lost or I didn't do well, her words were, "Well, you'll do better next time and work a little harder." So I think that was the person that had the biggest impact on me.
Awesome. You lived both the grind of the minor leagues and the responsibility of mentoring for 20 years in Compton. What does consistency look like to you through all of those seasons of life?
Well, the grind of the minor leagues is definitely what they call a grind. You're riding buses, you're playing in unfamiliar places, and small crowds. So that was the grind. But coming here and pushing these young men and women to do their best and realize that life is not going to be easy both on and off the field. I think that helps with what my purpose is.
With your experience from professional baseball to 20 years here at the Compton Academy, what do you think needs to happen to increase opportunities and participation for inner city players?
Well, first off, I think to increase participation, the kids in the inner city need to want to play the game. The game is difficult, and some of them don't want to put the work in. There's no immediate gratification. There's not a whole lot of glamour in the game prior to it, just like football and basketball. Basketball, you can be in high school and playing in front of large crowds. College, you're going to play in front of large crowds. Football, the same thing. Scoring the touchdowns, the dunking. Baseball is more like a chess game. Uh, it's a lot of movement, and if you don't understand it, it seems slow and boring. So I think our participation level has to come from within, and then also with the travel ball, the expense of it is kind of pushing a lot of our kids from the inner city out of the game because of the expense of it. So first off is you got to want to be there, and then we have to stop looking at the travel ball aspect of it, the pay for play.
And why would you think that it's not really like the go-to sport? Like,
Again, there's no fanfare in it initially. You have to work your way up through the minor leagues, playing in little small towns and things like that. If you go to college and play football, every game is huge. You're playing in front of crowds of 50, 60,000 people. Same thing with basketball. But if you're in the minor leagues playing baseball, you're going to play in some small towns with small crowds. And you really have to push yourself and be physically fit and mentally fit to go out there and play every day.
After everything you've seen, minor leagues, major leagues, and player development, what do young athletes consistently misunderstand about what it really takes to reach next level?
I think athletes misunderstand the hard work that you need to put into it, the dedication, some of the sacrifices that you miss. Um, Going in the minor leagues, you missed a lot of your family time throughout the summer. You missed holidays and birthdays. But if you have that purpose and that goal to strive to get to where you want to be, those are some things that you have to sacrifice. Friends and different things like that. If you want to have certain friends, you're not going to have them. Your teammates are your friends because you're with them 6, 7 months out the year. So, and the diversity of the different people in your circle and on your team. So I think that's something that they are not willing to put into is the sacrifice of missing out on a lot of life experiences till you make it.
And what would you say to other young athletes who are dealing with those sacrifices? Like, yeah.
The ones that are dealing with it now is keep focused, keep your mind on the prize, and that is the ultimate goal is to get to the major leagues. So I think it's just a mental thing that you really have to push yourself to reach that spot.
How did your time in pro baseball shape your definition on of what it truly means to be a professional beyond just performance?
Well, I think truly being a professional is not necessarily being a role model, um, because people are going to adopt you as a role model. But I think you have to be true to yourself and find how you're going to define yourself within. You know, you're being looked at by millions of people. You've come to the highest level. You're one of very few in the whole world, if you look at it, that makes it to the major leagues. So you have to act accordingly, and that's coming from within yourself. If you want to just stay true to your values and go out there and give the fans your entertainment and be a good person on and off the field.
And what does that mean to how and why do you think being a good person on and off the field? Why is that important to you?
Because if you're raised one way by your family and have great family values and a great family background, then just because you make it and get successful doesn't mean that you need to change your family values and the way you were raised.
When you think about the players who you've impacted since 2006, how do you define the legacy you're building through your work?
Well, I think a lot of the players that's come through the academy, I've had a small impact on them, and I didn't look at it at the time that I was making an impact. I felt like I was just teaching them what I knew and explaining to them some of the things that I've gone through and what to look out for. So we've also had players, we've also had an umpire that come through here. And also I've seen where young kids come through here and they didn't go into baseball, but the strides that they made through baseball gave them the mental fortitude to go forward in other careers. So the small things they accomplish on the field, like throwing the ball, catching it, they realize, hey, I can do this. So they went on to other careers and realized, hey, I have to take that same mental attitude to accomplish what I want to be, whether it's a firefighter or policeman or an accountant or a lawyer.
And how do you feel that now, with all the athletes that come through the academy, how do you feel seeing how they've achieved things in life, like coming from just a young baseball player, softball player, and now all grown up and achieving their goals in life?
You know, it makes me feel really good to see that I was able to talk to them, impact them in some way, whether it was small or large. And for them to come back here, if I see them and they give me a hug and say, "Thank you, coach," that makes me feel good from the inside. So just seeing them using some of the things. And again, it was a small impact. Once they got up, I'm sure they learned more, but I felt like I was kind of part of the foundation.
And when it's all said and done, from the White Sox to Compton, what do you hope people say about the way you showed up for the game and for others?
Well, when it's all said and done, from the White Sox to the Major League Baseball Youth Academy, I want people to possibly say Coach was real. He told us how it is. He told us how it was, and how it's possibly going to be. And he didn't fake anything, and he used his knowledge to help individuals here, whether it was the girls or the boys. So I want them to look at that I was a fair person, and I came out here every day, and was able to help somebody when they needed me, and go beyond. So I want them to also think that he was a good person. He kept a smile on his face all the time, and he truly enjoyed what he was doing, and that's helping young people.
And why do you think all those qualities are important?
Because those qualities are important to me because you never know who's looking at you. As I said before, you have people that look at you, and sure, everybody want to be like the big names, but the small impact, the small ways that you will impact somebody, just them saying, hey, I remember Coach Lowe, he came out here, and he showed up every day for us. When he taught us, he had patience, and so they can look at it and they might say, hey, that's the type of person I want to be like. I want to show my patience, but between the lines, I want to work out and go hard at everything.
Thank you. Thank
Thank
you for your
you.
time.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you. I would like to thank you for your time, dedication, and passion that you poured into the Academy. During my 2.5 years, your teachings, along with KT and the Academy staff, has grown my game along with others.
You're welcome. I truly enjoyed teaching you and your siblings, and other uh, kids that come here. Uh, Once you see somebody is really dedicated to the game, it makes you want to help them. And I think we have a lot of young people here that's dedicated to the game and truly want to learn.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you for your time.
You're welcome.